this. Maybe things I should try to do. I think I'm gonna play Ben's file tomorrow to see what happens. Maybe I was supposed to do that all along. I don't believe in paranormal shit, but this is a little fucked up. Maybe this Ben guy is just a really good hacker or programmer. I don't want to think about the alternatives if he isn't. I'm gonna post what happened and a link to the footage here. But last night, everything got too real for me. I think I'm done messing around with this. I passed out pretty much immediately after making that thread. But last night, that Elegy of Emptiness statue, I had a dream about it. I dreamed that it was following me in my dream.
This is weird.
That I would be minding my own business. When I'd feel my neck hair stand up on end, I would turn around and the horrible, lifeless statue would be staring with those empty eyes right at me, merely inches away. In my dream, I remember calling it Ben, and never before had I had a dream that I could remember so vividly, but the important thing is I did get some sleep, I suppose. Today, putting off playing the game as long as I could, I drove back up that neighborhood to see if the old man came back, and as expected, the car was still gone and no one was home. As I walked back to my car, the man next door, mowing the grass, killed the power to his lawnmower and asked if I was looking for someone. I told him that I was looking to talk to an old man that lived there, to which he told me what I already know. He was moving. Trying a different avenue, I asked if the old man had any family or relatives that I could talk to. I discovered that this old man had never been married, nor did he have any children or grandchildren through adoption. Starting to become worried, I asked one final question, when I should have asked in the beginning, who's Ben?
Wait, Dr. Ben.
The man's expression turned grim, and I learned that 4 doors down, around 8 years ago, on April 23rd, the man informed me that it was the same day as his anniversary, and that's how he knew the specific date. There was an accident with a young boy named Ben in the neighborhood. Shortly after his parents moved, and despite any further attempts to talk to the man to get more information, he wouldn't divulge any. I went back and started playing again. I loaded up the game and immediately I jumped at the title screen where the masks flew by. The sound that played was not the normal whoosh sound. It was something much more higher pitched. I pressed start, bracing for the worst, but just like 2 nights ago, the files Your Turn and Ben were displayed. Truth be told, I looked at the Ben file earlier. It seemed to fluctuate between displaying the owl save and not. I brought up the Ben file, hesitated for a moment, noticing that the stats were not the same as they originally were 2 days ago. It seemed like he had already completed the Stone Tower Temple this time. Summoning my courage, I selected it. Immediately, I was thrust into complete chaos. Sure enough, I was outside of Stone Tower Temple, but that's about all that was expected. The zone itself wasn't called Stone Tower Temple, but rather Stone. And immediately a dialogue box of complete gibberish that I couldn't make out greeted me. Link's body was distorted. His back was cocked violently to the side where his posture was permanently disfigured. Link's expression was dull, almost monotonous.
But much of it is
he had an expression on his face that I didn't recognize before. He
and we'll
was
talk
blank
about it
and
in
looked
your
as if he
ask
was
me
dead.
questions about it.
As
But we're not
Link
going to let
stood
it
there,
happen
his body
because I'm
spasmed
here
and
again
back and
to
forth.
take my
I
message
examined what
straight
had
to the
become
people.
of my
As you
avatar
know,
and noticed that I had a
administration
button item I'd
many
never seen before.
problems
Some kind of note.
across the
Nothing.
across the
Sounds played back and forth.
To be
I didn't
honest,
recognize from the game, almost demonic in nature, and there was some kind of
a mess.
high-pitched
A mess.
some kind of laugh or something playing in the background.
At home,
I had
at home.
2 minutes
A
to take in the
mess.
environment before another one of those fucking
Jobs
Elegy
are
of
pouring
Emptiness
out of the
statues was
country.
summoned, and immediately
See
after I
what's
was
going
cut
on
with the
with
dawn of a
all
new
of
day.
the companies leaving our country.
Except this time it was with
Mexico and other places.
Except this time it was without the one
Low pay, low wages, mass instability
I was a
overseas, no matter where you look. The Middle East, a disaster. North Korea.
This scene would normally
We'll take
play
care of
after the
it,
first
though,
time you
so
travel
we'll
back
take care
in
of it
time.
all. I just want to let
Thought
you
would say,
know.
what just
I
happened?
inherited a mess.
It was as if everything has,
Beginning on day one, our
like instead of saying,
administration
when
started
you're
over. to tackle
She finished her remark in a broken text with the
challenges.
last of the happy mass.
On foreign affairs, we've already begun enormously productive talks with many foreign leaders.
I was put back in control of my character, but
To move forward
up
towards
camera, I
stability,
was looking from behind the door to the clock tower.
in the most
Watching my house
troubled
run around
regions of
the
the
deck we
world.
scrubbed. Seeing as how I really had no place to go,
We've had great conversations with the
I
United
begrudgingly went inside the door. There, I was
Israel,
greeted by
Mexico,
the happy mask
Japan,
salesman,
China,
who simply
and
told me,
Canada. Really
"You've met with a
productive
terrible fate."
conversations. I would say far
Before the
more
screen lighted up.
productive than you would understand.
I was in Termina
We've even
Field as a
developed
game
a
again.
new council
I might as well not be playing
with
the game
them
anymore.
to
I
promote
was women swims around, and there was no sign of a day clock or anything. I took a moment to get my bearings as I looked around the field,
I
and
have
immediately
directed
I could tell
our
that this
defense
was not
community
normal.
headed by
No enemies, and
our
a great general,
General,
the happy
now
mask salesman
Secretary
team was
Mattis.
playing. I decided to run towards the woodfall before I noticed a gathering of three figures
to
off to
submit
the
a
side,
plan
one of them
for the
being
defeat
Epona.
of ISIS.
As I
A group
approached them,
that celebrates the
I
murder and
happy mask
torture
salesman,
of innocent people
and the OG of
in
emptiness
large
statue just
sections of the
standing
world.
there.
It used to be a small group, now it's in
I
large
figured maybe they were bugged out right now.
sections of the world. They've
I told
spread
myself
like
that I should know
cancer.
better.
ISIS
Calmly
has
sat
spread
the lesson
like
I learned from
cancer.
how wonderful it would be
Another
playing
mess
some kind of
I
idle
had.
animation
The
on
growth
me.
of
Same
science
with
We
Epona.
propose new sanctions
technological
for the nation of
advancement
Iran
has
who's
been doing
totally
all
taken
along
advantage
would
of
come
the
along
previous
with more
administration.
equality
It was
and
the
social
happy mask
As the
inclusion.
salesman
world's
that
top
scared me more
sponsor of
profoundly than the
terrorism.
two.
He was not going to stop
Wearing that shit-eating grin.
What were you guys?
because that problem is
Whenever I
dropped
know
itself.
agree with
And
me.
it's not
Sure.
crossing the line. One of the worst agreements I've ever
I had
seen.
not engaged in any dialogue, nor was I
I've ordered
power
plans to
combat.
begin for the massive rebuilding of the United States military.
Power
Great
is
support.
like
At the end of my
drinking
first
gin.
encounter with the
On
Skull
an
Kid on
Senate,
top of
I've
Clock
had
Tower,
great support.
I pulled out my
You feel
ocarina,
distinguished
to which the
general.
game played the ding
You
sound
pursue
you were
this
supposed to play your
rebuilding.
ocarina.
You lose
The
your
whole
I
balance,
tried a song I
You will
hadn't
never
played.
have
and
to
you will
use
end up
this
hurting
military.
yourself. And those
The happy
around
mask salesman's own
I will
song.
tell you,
And the song that he was playing when he was
So he left out
before.
calling your
so happy
ex-girlfriend at
if we
3
never
a.m.
used
and buying a broken turntable on eBay.
Our
Our
country
country
a shriek busted on my TV.
the
The
military
sky immediately started flashing.
about
The happy mask salesman
to build
twisted
and
theme
rebuild.
song
That's pretty
sped up,
specific,
intensifying the
Earl.
heat
We
inside me.
have
Emily
greatest
exploded
people
into
on
flames
Earth.
and died.
Job
The
pressure
three
right
figures
now.
stayed lit up through my
Now
death
he's
screen as
spent
they
all day
watched my
battling.
lifeless body burn.
Now, you
I
Because a lot
can't
of people
describe
were
to you how
surprised
sudden
when
and
Hulk
terrifying the
decided to
transition
use
was.
it.
The
But
terror
the
is
truth is,
waiting.
religious figures actually have a
It's
long
simply watched the
history of
radio
giving
display
TED
that they lost.
talks.
And
Jim?
that same fear that
one of
caused
the
me to lose
reasons I'm
sleep 2
standing
days
here
ago
instead of
started to
people
grip me again.
is that
I come to you
as
today
I was on the
as
road
a
talking about you have to have a strong
horrible
military.
mistake. So
You
happens
have
to
to
be
have
the
strong
son of God
law
in the first
enforcement.
house. But I didn't get here
So we
today.
did
There has
not
to
go
be some nepotism behind it.
abroad
No.
in
I
the
got where I
search
am
of
today
war.
because of the time to ponder.
simple
So
things
really
we
should
need
give it
to
another
peace.
small cut
First
in
up,
transforming into a
peace
Zora.
to
And now I found myself in the great
All you
We
got
tempest.
have begun the monumental
few
task
laws
of
and
returning
Curious
the
to
government
see what
back
hand
to
had
the
below me.
scale.
And
I
you
slowly made my way
defeated
towards the
a
beach where I found
In
Epona.
each of these
I
actions,
wonder why the
my
game decided to put her
promises
here.
can do
So
it.
the game implying that she
No,
was
I
trying to
know what you're
drink.
thinking.
Some people are so
Jeez,
surprised
I was able to
that
take
we
the
have
mask
a
off. I
strong
decided
boy.
that writing
That's
this
what
off
I'm
wasn't the
talking
reason I should face
about. A
it.
year and a half, strong boy. You're so surprised.
Suddenly I realized that
You
it
have a
was
strong
something
boy.
made.
Now,
The way she was angled.
Ordinarily,
To the
Someone
press and
slapped me. It looked like
everybody
she was
else.
trying to
What do we
signal
do?
a point to
One
me.
promise
wanna
after
slap her
another
back.
after
It was a
years
hunch.
of politics.
But we
I dove in the
been
Great Bay and
testing
started
a
lying
training program
Sure
for
enough,
you
I almost
to get
missed
elected.
it. I found something
Turn
like bottom
the
of the
other
ocean.
In order to get
One
elected.
last elegy of
Those
emptiness
doing
statue.
probably are
I went down to
probably
examine it, and
the
suddenly my
necessary
Zora started doing a
for
choking
security
animation.
for other reasons.
I had never seen a Zora
Did
do
you
that,
drink
coming to
water?
which doesn't even make
and
any sense
pursuing
because Zoras can breathe
their
underwater.
own interests.
Regardless,
which
my
is
character
more
choked to
important.
death
Or
and he
is it?
died. And then again, the statue was the only thing that
I'm here following through on what I'm doing.
Thank you, guys. You guys have been an amazing audience. I'll
Put
be
it
out
out
in the
there.
lobby
Put it
signing
on
copies
this
of my book.
Got
Thank you
300
so
to the
much.
main venue as if the episode was
I wasn't supposed to
why here is because
We're
the
going to
save
pass
file
law in
changed
Washington
again.
that doesn't take into
Taking
account
out first
privilege.
when I started, I was
that was
And I'm
laughable.
The
going
new
to speak
save
out
file
if I
told me
can
about
and
the
have a
end.
voice. You also speak out against Jerry
Because
It
when
made
came
sense
out
when
and
the statue
voted
Paul,
appeared
this
and
is
I tried to
something I
go
want
through
to
one
know.
of the
Think they
ways.
know what that is?
Right,
Because
yes,
it's
the
the
legal
deal.
consequences of the
Yeah.
United States Remember, in other words, the media is trying to attack our The game obviously isn't our It taught me with the new safe. It wants me to keep playing. It wants me to go further. But now I'm done with this shit. I'm not touching anyone. This is already way too horrifying for me. I don't even believe in the paranormal. normal. But I'm running out of explanations. Why would someone send this message? I don't understand it.
Take a quick
I just keep depressing about this. The board did not kick me off for those songs. Analyzing and bear witness to gibberish.
Make sure that humanity never,
Too emotional when you
forget.
fuck with it anymore.
I demand that we
So here's my question. Is it weird that I'm a little relieved he doesn't know how to say nothing?
what happens.
If
You're
you're
a
a
Republican, you have to
Republican,
fear the
you
right.
have to
If you're a
flag
Democrat,
for sex,
you fear the left. So we have part it is a disaster.
You say
And so the mayor, and then if you compromise, then you pull the traitor. And today, a lot of people gave up bowling and took up watching politics. They understand and have a little piece of
Look at where they are.
The other big problem is
The only thing they can do is delay.
a handful of billions have gone to them, and that's what they get wrong. And
funding bill is money to build this proposed wall. Wow, first Mexico was going to pay the wall, then we were going to pay for it, now nobody's going to pay for it. By the time it's over, it's going to go for the great You've been randomly selected as the winner of the free daily show episode. Yes, Spirits Airlines. They're going to put us in the Daily Show for free. Anytime. Watch the Daily Show. What does Spirit Airlines do when their flights are overbooked? Just crash the plane into a
back
mountain?
to the main menu as if I restarted the console.
Today was National Hug
The
a
press
Plumber
start
Day.
screen was
That
performed.
plumbers
I knew the only reason why it was the save file had changed again.
People take 10,
Taking a
15,
deep breath,
20
I
years
pressed
to
Yeah,
fix a
I don't
bill
think I
like
want
that.
a
They go
hug.
in
The new
for a
save
permit.
file told me
It's
about
many
Ben.
years.
Exports,
And then at the
exports,
end of the
December
process,
when
they
the statue
spend 10
appeared. When I
experts
tried to
reportedly
go
believe that
to
North Korea is preparing to
And at the
conduct
end of the
another
process,
nuclear
it's
test.
meant
So I'd
to
be
be
very
found.
worried when you're in California. Directly off the
I made my mistakes. In all of my years,
the game up.
I have never National DNA Day of
Never taught me what the new public trial.
I've
They wanted me to keep playing.
all of my years. I'm done with this shit. I have never
touching any more of the files. This is already way too horrifying for me, and I don't
that in my years
believe in the paranormal. But I'm running out of explanations. Someone said this
Can't be looked out and understand whether or not they're
I get too depressed thinking about it. The footage is
I
here.
learned everything I've got.
Analyze it. Maybe there's some kind of social message or something symbolic in what I went through.
I take that with a grain of salt because I read it on Wikipedia. And finally, department store Nordstrom is selling money jeans for $425. Said a guy who clearly wrecked his brand. Ladies and gentlemen, what's up tonight?
4 or 5 or 6 We've stood up to the men and women directing our strategies to ensure they are protected
That's what the game
of violence.
Jesus
We've
Christ.
directed
humoring
the
that.
creation of a task force for reducing violent crime in America and
He's
flying
Not just in the game, he's in my
horrendous
dreams. I
situation
see him all the
like
time.
Chicago and
Behind
others
my back.
taking place right now in our inner cities.
I haven't gone to any of my classes. I stayed
We've ordered the
dorm.
Department of Homeland Security and Justice to coordinate a plan to
Always
destroy
don't watch
criminal
me.
cartels coming into the United States.
Our justice enforcement
Scaring me. It's talked to me for the first time. It's just using text. It's already game. It spoke to me. It talked to me. It referenced Ben. It talked to me.
We've
I don't know what
undertaken
it
the
means.
most
I don't know what
substantial
it
border
wants.
security measures in a generation
I never wanted
to
to
keep our nation and our tax dollars
my whole
safe,
life back.
and are now in the
I mean,
process of
but this
beginning to
doesn't
build
happen
a
to people
promised
like me.
wall on the southern
I'm just a
border.
kid, not even old enough to drink yet.
General
It's not fair.
Secretary Kelly.
I want to go home. I want to see my parents again. And I'm so far away from home here at school. I want to hug my mom again. I just
A great
want to
wall.
forget the statue, horrible white face, my original game files back.
Price is going to come
Just
down
away.
just like it
I
has
left
been
it before. It was
with
going.
everything else I've negotiated for the
I
government.
don't want to play anymore.
I know you're gonna
And we're gonna have a wall that
I feel
works.
like
We're gonna have a
something bad
wall like they have now, which is non-existent for a joke.
okay.
We've ordered a crackdown on sanctuary cities that refuse to comply with federal law
It can't.
and that harbor criminal aliens, and we've ordered an end to the policy of
telling
catch
myself,
and release.
but every time I
or
think about it,
release, no matter who you are.
I'm not so sure.
We've begun